Isekai anime reminds me of that one girl in high school you had a big crush on. You know, you'd hope something more would happen, but nothing ever really did. That pretty much sums up my on-and-off relationship with isekai anime. Because, like, on paper, the genre should be really good. You got new worlds, power systems, and adventure. It's a genre with some seriously amazing titles like Sword Art Online, ReZero, Drifters, and many more. But let's be so real, guys. For every good isekai, there's just 10 others that are just literally copy and paste protagonists. Or they're a fantasy world that literally looks like a Skyrim mod. So yeah, I don't really watch isekai anime anymore. If I do, it's because it's got really good reviews. I've already read the manga and all for it. But then, Mushoku Tensei happened out of nowhere. This shit was all over my For You page. All over Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, I've seen it everywhere. And I gave in. And let's just say, it did not disappoint.
Nice.
This anime pretty much starts with a fat pervert who's got no job, no social skills, and absolutely zero ambitions. Doing the one heroic thing he's done his entire miserable existence. Saving a random girl from, yeah, you guys guessed it, Truck-Con's front fucking bumper. It's always Truck-Con, bro. The guy's literally got more confirmed kills than literally all anime villains. Just like every modern isekai anime made after 2012, he dies, some spiritual nonsense happens, there's a bright light, and he's reborn. He opens his eyes, and welcome back to life, buddy. He's reborn as a baby, staring up at his new mother, completely confused, and immediately realizes something is very, very different. Not because of magic, not because of swords, not because of dragons, because he can think. Full sentences, adult thoughts, adult memories, and adult regrets. And that's when he learns his new name, Rudius Greyrat. Now, normally, this is where isekai anime autopilot kicks in. You guys all know the formula. They're instantly overpowered, instantly confident, instantly socially competent, and instantly surrounded by women who literally exist just to love him. Mushoku Tensei looks at the normal stereotype for isekai anime, where their characters reborn and magically they're overpowered, they have none of the issues from their past life, and says, nah, fuck that. Rudius is reborn, yeah, but he's still got all the memories from his past life, all the flaws he had in his past life, and all the issues he had with himself in his past life. You watch his character develop from a very flawed character to someone better. And that's honestly one of the highlights of this show. It's not often you see an anime try to question and face deep-rooted issues everyday people face, but this anime really tries, and that's something different, a fresh breath of air. Unlike most isekai anime, this anime legit just says, yeah, nah gang, you're taking all that baggage in your past life with you. Same memories, same trauma, same porn-rotted brain, same cowardice, and same perverted ass habits. He's reborn, but he's still the same guy, just give it another chance. Rudius isn't magically reborn as a hero. He's reborn as the same broken guy, except now he has to grow up again, in a world that genuinely doesn't care about his excuses anymore. And that's honestly what immediately sets this show apart, because it isn't just a normal power fantasy about becoming strong. It's a story about becoming better. He actually has to try to get over some of his issues, slowly, painfully, and embarrassingly. Rudius isn't suddenly cool. He's awkward, he's creepy. He still makes mistakes that make you physically recoil in your chair while watching, and he is still most definitely a fat pervert. The anime doesn't let him off the hook. Every bad choice he makes has severe consequences. Every step forward comes with 2 steps backwards. Every character developed moment feels earned instead of just handed to him. Mushoku Tensei is not about you liking Rudius, it's about asking you to watch him try. And honestly, that's the core of this anime. Not the magic, not the fights, not the world building, even though every part of that is incredible. It's about a loser being given one more chance, and realizing that changing yourself is way harder than being reborn in a fantasy world. Now, let's get into why this anime feels so different for me. The biggest reason Mushoku Tensei stands out for me is how slow it is. And I mean that as like a good thing. Anime doesn't rush. I mean, usually when characters in isekai anime are reborn, they skip a whole bunch of shit. They skip the childhood, they're just reborn as like a teenager or something, and they're instantly broken. Whereas in this anime, Rudius actually has to learn how to communicate. He has to learn a language, learn how to use magic, and learn how to use swords. And that's very different from how usually isekai animes go. This anime also doesn't rush anything. It lets moments breathe. It lets the characters sit in awkward silence, and it lets mistakes linger. Rudius is not heroic. He isn't cool, and half the time he's honestly pretty hard to watch. And that's intentional. Because instead of giving us like a half-baked, wish-fulfilled protagonist, we get someone who actually has to unlearn being terrible. You're not supposed to root for him blindly, you're supposed to watch him struggle. Because, let's be so real, if you've heard anything about this show, it's probably that the main character's weird, or he's doing something wrong. And yeah, he is. Rudius is supposed to be deeply flawed. He's a selfish person, he's insecure, he makes bad decisions, he's a pervert. And the show highlights how he is. It sometimes lets him be uncomfortably honest about it, and that's good. But here's the important difference. This anime never tries to pretend he's right. When Rudeus messes up, there are consequences. People get hurt, his relationships change. This anime is not a power fantasy where bad behavior gets rewarded. It's a character study about someone trying to become better, while constantly fighting who they used to be. You don't have to like him, you're not supposed to. You're supposed to ask, can someone like this actually change? And that question is one of the cool parts of this show. Now, let's get into this world, because holy fuck. This is some of the best fantasy world building in anime recently. The magic actually has rules, the languages matter, the cultures feel distinct, and travel actually takes time. The main character can't just teleport across the map because the plot wants him to. When characters move, you feel them traveling. When something dangerous happens, it actually feels earned. Even small details like the background characters, the architecture, and the music, everything in this anime feels lived in. It's not just a setting, it's actually a place. Now, let's get into the animation and sound of this anime. Studio Bind went crazy on his drawing. Animation is not flashy for the sake of it, it's subtle, expressive, and confident. Little things like eye movement, body language, and how characters hesitate before speaking all matters. The soundtrack is very good, it also knows when to shut up, which is really rare. You got no constant dramatic music telling you exactly how you need to feel. Sometimes it's just wind, or footsteps, or even just silence. And this restraint really makes the emotional parts in this show hit way harder. Now, I know for me personally, before I watched this anime, I've seen very mixed reviews about it online. People saying the main character was shit, they couldn't stand him. Some people saying they love the anime, animation, the music, all of that. But honestly, for me, it's very divisive. It tries to split the viewers up into different categories. They want you to watch even if you hate it. They want you to watch even if you love it. Some people watch this anime and see a deeply flawed character, trying his best to change. And some people see a really bad pervert, someone doing dodgy shit that they can't stand. And honestly, both of these reactions are valid. This is not a type of anime you watch for comfort. It's not something you throw on half asleep. This anime asks you to actually engage, to think, and to sit with discomfort. And that's why this anime is set apart from so many other isekais recently. Now, for me personally, I kind of fuck with how flawed this character is. I liked watching him grow up, I liked watching him try to improve to be a better person. I really fuck with the character. Like, yeah, he was doing some dodgy shit, some really sus things too, but like, you know, people all make mistakes. And watching this character try to become better, for me, it was more than just like a shitty ass isekai. It was actually something more, and that's good. I really enjoyed it. Mushoku Tensei did not just meet the heart for me. It honestly reminded me of why I liked isekai in the first place. It gave me a fresh breath of air like the first time I watched Sword Art Online or ReZero. Not because of the escapism, but honestly because it asks, like, if you had another life, would you actually do better? And that question made me sit there and think, like, if I did have another life, would I do better? What would I do? This anime is definitely messy, it's very uncomfortable, and it's very slow. But it's honest, it doesn't try to be something it's not. And honestly, that makes it one of the best isekai anime I've watched recently.